Test, test, test. Test. Test, test. My dulcet tones appear to be functioning. Oh no, that was streaming! Ah! Cut the stream! Alright, hang on a second. Which button do I press? Alright, there we are. Good morning, Beans. How are you doing? Sorry, why does it look like I'm so much shorter than usual today? Am I just further back or something? Let's change the setting. How are you all doing? Konnichiwa? I'm very Genki desu. Are you guys Genki? Look, I'm looking at all this sort of pseudo-Japanese going on here. What is this? Organic desk? Organic? Are you organic? Recognizing a few game titles in here. So the Victrix stick will work for like 1 or 2 years. For who has a PS4? Oh, alright, so yeah, interesting. Hello, has-beens, how are you all doing? I'm very, very interested to talk to you today because I want to discuss. Well, let's just put it this way. Explosive Tuesday did not disappoint. Once again, what's up, Heath? Ohayo gozaimasu. What's up? Hey Nihongo, I am about to buy an arcade stick. If you had to rank them, how would you rank them? I would rank them like this. Hori Fighting Stick Mini 4, $40. Quanva Drone, $80. Hori RAP, $130, $140. Pantera, $180. Pantera Evo, $200. TE2 Plus, $230, but you can't really find them that often. Fighting Stick Edge, $230. Quanba Dragon, I actually don't know how much it costs. Probably something around $250, $270. And then the Victrix, $350. That's how I'd rank them. By price. Honestly, you could probably find a stick for $50 and it might be the best thing ever in the whole world to you. You may find that you try a $350 stick and it does nothing for you. I would just rate them by price. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about consoles. We're going to be talking about consoles and we're going to be talking about consoles. There's actually 3 consoles that I'm interested to talk to you about today. But first, coffee. I got some fresh new beans. I got some fresh new has-beens. Where's my button that actually shows you the has-beens? Today's coffee. Ooh. If I just throw them all over the desk, what am I doing? Sorry, one moment, please. I'll just clean up my desk, throwing the beans everywhere. Today's coffee is Guatemala Antigua. I'm gonna do the thing that you see in all the coffee ads when you put it in a hand. They just want to see. They just want to see it cupped. You just grab them by the beans. A famous person once said. So we're gonna be grinding these beans in a memento. So who knows what I'm planning on talking about today? What are the 3? Who can guess the 3 things that we're here to talk about? And of course, yes, we're going to play some games as well. Because inevitably, we're going to run out of rumors. Who knows what the 3 things are that we're going to talk about today? And it's not Google Stadia, though we may mention it. We may mention Google Stadia a bit, but we're not going to talk about that today. That's right. The first one we're going to talk about. The first one we're going to talk about is PS de la 5. Because we now have official, exclusive access through an incredible article written by We Read. Let's grind! And I'm going to show it to you now. I don't know if I have it available, so let me just try it. If I click on here, I believe instead of my crotch, You can actually have access to... Here we go. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. We have an article. It's an exclusive article from a website known as We Read. That is, of course, because it's a play on words. It means that it's been read by them. They read it. I said the R word. Mark Cherney would like to get one thing out of the way right now. I'm not going to read this whole article to you. Anyway, so if you haven't read this article, go over to Wired and check it out. They have supposedly exclusive information on the PlayStation 5. Yeah, I know, we got... That's the other one we're going to talk about, yes, is the Capcom arcade stick. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are ready for this. If you haven't heard about it, get ready for something exciting. It's going to be funny. Also, I've discovered I've got my Windows incorrect. Where's my... There it is. This is in the wrong place. I need you to be over there. Do what I say. You're a window and I am your master. Do as I say. You little window, you. That's better. Much better. Alright, that's working much better. You think PS5 is going to be $450 or $399? Let me just say one main thing right now, because I did check out this article. Mark Cherney is convinced that, unlike other game consoles, PlayStation redefines the way that we play games and what is possible with a game. PlayStation. Now let's talk about PlayStation 4. How did PlayStation 4 redefine what is possible with a games in gaming? Let's see. It had a ton of RAM. It had a really fast computer processor. It was blocky in shape. It used Bluetooth, analog controls. I think probably the only thing it did especially different was the share button. I think that's quite significant. I think the share button, the touchpad didn't change anything. They should have just called it the big button in the middle. They should have just called it the big button in the middle. And I think the share button was actually more effective, more effective at changing the way that we play games. The share button and PSVR, which, let's face it, VR was not... It wasn't PlayStation 4 that changed the way we game. It was Oculus. It was Oculus, and it was Vive, and then it was some of the other cheaper options that came out after that. So the beans have been ground. I'm going to reboil this water. Water! Water! I think it'll be probably quite expensive, to be honest. I think it will be quite expensive, but it will be like it is now. We've got PlayStation 4, but we've got PlayStation 4 Pro. The smartest thing that a games console maker can do right now is make the affordable version and the Pro version, I think. Honestly, I'm grateful that they have those options. If PS4 Pro were the only option, I'd be a little bit upset, because having cheap PS4 Slims is actually quite useful, especially if you're in a situation where you're running tournaments maybe and you need to buy 5 PlayStations. Buying 5 PlayStation Slims is going to cost you significantly less than buying 5 PlayStation 4 Pros. Anyway, I think it's great to have multiple options. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm not really 100% convinced that PlayStation always completely redefines what's possible with gaming. And having read this article, I'm once again not particularly convinced. where is the... Oh. Bring the hot water over with us. Water! Water! This man needs hot water? Wow, if no one knows who I'm mimicking there, I'm just gonna sound like a total insane person. Here we go. So I'm not 100% convinced that Sony is redefining gaming. But here's what I gather from this Wired article. They think that ray tracing, they think that ray tracing is going to massively revolutionize how we play games. And not just because of the rays. And if you don't know what ray tracing is, just imagine a streak of light coming from a light bulb, bumping off that wall, then bumping off that wall, then bumping off the ground, and that's how you decide what something looks like, as opposed to just guessing, okay, it would be darker over there and brighter over here. They seem to think that ray tracing is going to revolutionize gaming. And in the article, Mark talks about, whoops, that's only half of the grandeur. Mark talks about the way that he thinks that ray tracing is also going to affect the way that we listen to audio in gaming. And I think that is actually going to be potentially very powerful in terms of immersiveness, immersion, the official noun. Wow, I'm losing control over my nouns today. Let's give you a nice close-up. Live coffee. Hope you guys appreciate this. Hope you appreciate the effort that goes into live coffee. I'm even going to focus it so that there's enough light. And then God said, "Let there be coffee." Put it like that. Seems good enough to me. So I'm all up for a console that revolutionizes what's possible with gaming, but I'm not convinced that ray tracing is it. I think this console probably has something else up its sleeve that is not just a faster processor and ray tracing. And the second thing that they talk about in the article is it's not just ray tracing. They talk about, where is it? The next big thing that they think is going to make a big difference. Ray tracing, CPU, GPU. Here we go. Here we go. I'm trying to find the funny, there's a funny point where they massively explode about what they think SSD can do for gaming. It utilizes, okay, this is kind of exciting. This SSD utilizes PCIe 4.0. I don't even know what that is. I've actually never heard about it till today. I must have missed it when I read the article the first time. Yeah, I think they said it is based on the architecture of the PS4, so it should play PS4 games. Can't remember which part of the article it says. When they were talking about VR, it did say something like, here you go. Because it's based in part on the PS4's architecture, it will also be backwards compatible with games for that console. You heard it here. PS4 is backwards compatible, but so technically was the PS Vita. PS Vita was also technically backwards compatible. So I'm guessing that you won't be able to put PS4 discs into it. I don't have any extra information. I'm just guessing because business-wise, it makes sense. Oh, that's why my camera was just in the wrong position. That's why I was in the wrong position. Because we've seen it before, and because business-wise it makes sense. It makes sense to not have the console play. Sorry, I'm trying to press the button here. Not play the discs, but to play it, just to play it normally. Play downloads, PS4 games. Anyway, so backwards compatibility. It's exciting. Ray tracing. But anyway, so this article goes into a very the writer sounded very, very impressed about how they thought SSD was going to transform gaming. It's like, oh my god, this is massively going to change everything. And they played some level of Spider-Man that usually takes 15 seconds to load, and it took 0.8 seconds to load. It's like, that must be, I'm not doubting that the PS5, I'm not gonna doubt that the PS5 can do that. Fine. It can load a game in 1 second that used to take 15 seconds. I hope that's possible. But that is not going to revolutionize gaming. So clearly they've got something else up their sleeve. Interested to know. What do you think? PS2 のゲームは遊べるの？遊べないと思う. I doubt we'll be able to play PS2 games on the PS5. And even if you can, it will be slowly rolled out again as a retro feature. For like in the year 2021, you'll get Capcom vs SNK and Resident Evil 1 million, some like maybe a selection of like 5 games. And then in 2022, you'll get a different selection of PS2 games, like, I don't know, Ridge Racer 5 or something. Anywhere it's possible to have not reverse compatibility, anywhere it's possible that we can sell you the game again, they're gonna sell us the game again. Yes, today's coffee is Guatemala, Antigua. I'm very excited about this. Apple Arcade. Yeah, so we've got a couple streaming services or subscription game services coming out soon. Google Stadia and Apple Arcade. So this year's consoles, I mean, we'll do the rundown again in a moment. Well, it's not that they're this year, but the consoles that have just been announced. PS5. Yeah, we're going to talk about Capcom, don't worry. We're going to talk about Capcom, which is actually kind of even more exciting, to be quite honest, because I feel like we have more solid information on it. PS5. We have Google Stadia. We have Apple Arcade. We have a new Valve-created VR device, which is basically going to be... It looks like it's going to be very, very similar to the Vive. It's going to use the same Lighthouse technology. It's going to use... Well, it's not going to use the same controllers, but it's going to have controllers where you can move your hands around like this. I think that's exciting. Oculus has already revealed the S version of the Rift, which is like the Rift, but not quite as good. That's simplifying it too much. There's too many changes. Visual upgrades, but then downgrades another way. And yes, okay, let's do it. Let's talk about Capcom, because even if PS5 is a console, we're gonna get Capcom games on it anyway, right? So, give me one moment. Shift these things around. We've got too many things on my desk. You impatient swine! Oh god. Yeah, don't forget, Nintendo released their own VR, which is not really VR at all. It's just the Switch with a couple lenses attached. I actually have not tried it yet. Oh no, it's been revealed that I don't have legs. Did you? I hope no one saw that I don't have legs. What a giveaway. So next things next. Actually, hold on a second, I need to change this. Sean McD, thank you very much for the generous $1 donation. This coffee, I need to just move this for a sec. There we go. I'll put this down here. You impatient swine. Always gotta have everything you want whenever you want it. Alright, so now I'm done talking about the PS5. Oh, wait, I need to have this coffee. Yeah, it is cardboard. It's Nintendo cardboard. I actually think it looks really, really cool. And it does something that VR has not done a lot of up until this point. Not to go off on a tangent, but the Nintendo... Actually, if you give me 1 second, I can actually search for it. Nintendo... What is it called? It's called Nintendo Switch... Yo, Antonio Pina, thank you very much for the $1 donation. That's very generous of you. Switch VR. Thank you. Switch VR Labo. Toy-Con. Well, it's come up with the Japanese site, but just imagine. Just imagine imagine it's on a website that actually has more information on it. Here we go. Check this out. This is the Nintendo Labo VR kit. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening this year. I have not tried this, but I actually think it's a really cool idea. Because it's not trying to be VR. It's just using VR as a fun way to interact with your games. And it seems that you'll be able to play all of Breath of the Wild with VR. Like you'll be able to use the goggles to be, I don't know, like a flying fairy, just looking down upon your favorite characters playing Breath of the Wild, doing this. I think it's brilliant, but here's what I think is really interesting is this. Can you see this? This elephant-looking contraption, and this sort of, what do you call this? It's like a telescope with a TV in front of it. I think that's actually really interesting. This one, I think, where's the elephant one? Well, this one especially. I think this one's really interesting. Because one thing that is missing in VR is physical contact with objects. You see a lot of things, and you maybe get a vibration when you get close to certain things, but you don't knock up against anything. But with physical objects that are locked in place like this, you regain some of that tactility. Even if you're in the VR world, you still touch something and feel something solid. Well, don't meme that. Anyway, I think it's ferociously interesting. So anyway, the next thing that I said we were going to talk about. Pa-pa-da-pa! Yeah, who remembers the Virtual Boy? I remember the Virtual Boy. I still have mine. What do you think? And who has not seen this yet? For whom is this the first time you're seeing this? I just saw the trailer for this last night. I went to sleep and I was like, oh wow, that's gonna be fun to talk about on stream. Sorry, if I'm yelling, I'm just gonna turn my mic down a little bit. Oh no, I can't turn it down any further. Capcom Home Arcade. I'm not gonna play you the trailer. I'll let you go to the actual Capcom website and you can give them a view. Alright, so let me just talk about what this is. This is a retro console, a bit like you've had your Nintendo Mini, you've had your SNES Mini, you've had your Sega Mega Drive Mini, which is coming this year, the Genesis Mini. Whoa, whoa, it might be trash. It might be trash, but it might not be. It might not be. I don't know if I can find... Hold on a second. I saw a tweet. Oh man, look, I don't have time to find it, but I really want to. This is worth it. This will be worth it. Let's see if I can find it. Tweet, Capcom, arcade. Oh, here we go. I don't know how to search Twitter. No. Twitter search? Maybe this is Twitter search. God, it's come up in Japanese. Whatever. Capcom Home Arcade. Oh, I can't find it. That's so disappointing. It's gotta be here somewhere. It's gotta be under top tweets. It was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's not, I can't find it. Maybe it's on my phone. Hang on a momento. First, I don't actually know where my phone is. I'll be back in a sec. I'll just go and find mine. Please say I haven't scrolled away from this tweet. It was so funny. Oh, I forgot to put the Discord mention out. I'll do that now. Just let everyone know that we're actually live on Discord. They'll miss the coffee part, but serves them right for... Wow. Be back in a sec. Live now for SF5 on YouTube. Alright, that's gone up. Second thing I was going to do is search Twitter. Please say I haven't lost it. Where is it? It was so funny. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I think Twitter has removed it from my memories. It's gotta be here somewhere. I found it! I found it. This is so worth it. Many of you will probably have already guessed what this is. There we go. I found it. Hopefully if I go over to this screen it will show it. Have you seen this? Watching the Hongo Gamer at work. Hope I don't get caught. Hi. What's up, Hiza-sama? This is brilliant. Please, please, please. If this console actually comes out, and it is coming out, please, can someone get themselves to top 8 grand finals and play with this controller like this? I think this would be literally the best thing ever. And if you think about it, you could... Does this mean you could play backwards? Talking of which, this image is backwards. He's holding the stick with his right hand and the buttons with the left. Which technically you could do. Because if you hold it right in the middle, you would have the stick in your right hand and the buttons on your left hand. This is brilliant. I want to see top 8 looking like this. That's why CPT is going to be exciting this year. I think this is brilliant. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about the thing itself. What concerns me, and I think what concerns a lot of people. Okay, let's talk about concern number 1. Concern number 1 is people are worried about Street Fighter V. And I think that they're perfectly within their rights to be worried about Street Fighter V. They haven't had information on a game that usually has updates every 2 months, and not just information updates, but actual updates. Updates on the game, updates on characters, updates on... And in fairness, we have had costumes. But people have been waiting for an early 2019 informational reveal, some sort of update. And they haven't really had anything significant apart from stages and costumes. And then, instead of a character appearing... Because basically Capcom baited you. They did this on purpose because they make fighting games, and in fighting games you bait each other. What's up, Dustin? And in fighting games you bait each other. Capcom baited you with, here comes a new challenger, or something similar like that. And instead of giving you a character, they gave you this. So people are salty. That's fine. You've been noticed, Charlie. Yeah, I did see the guy who used the steering wheel at a tournament. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, so... people are salty that this is not a Street Fighter V update. That's fine. We don't blame you, but that aside, let's just talk about the console, right? Why is it the Capcom logo? Every retro console that has come out. I've got here a SNES Mini. Look, it's even got a Switch. You can even click buttons on it. You can't actually put games into it because it's not a real hole. It's got USB. It's got micro USB for power. Sorry, it's got HDMI. It's got micro USB for power. You can't even plug controllers into the front of it because it's not a real controller. Well, it's a real controller port, but it's not. This shape is fake. The actual shape looks like this. People wanted this because it's a cute, tiny version of the Super Famicom. The one that they spent all their money on when they were kids. Thank you for subscribing. People are excited about nostalgia. Let's not forget that the reason they want to spend a silly amount of money, it's not silly, but it's clearly a bit of a waste of money, to spend like $100 on a console that only plays like 25 or 30 games. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to buy one of these because I thought that's gonna be a massive waste of money. But even more, I thought it was gonna be a massive waste of plastic. I am not down with the whole, okay, it's Christmas, let's buy loads of things that are made of plastic, which are gonna end up in the ocean very soon. So as much as possible, I try to use the stuff that I do buy. But if possible, if not necessary, I won't go and buy these retro consoles because they sell so many of these at Christmas, and you know that they're not getting full use throughout the year. Who has used their retro console every single day? Tell me. Right? You buy these for kids because you don't want to buy them an iPad. Buying them an iPad would cost $500. You buy them a Super Famicom Mini, it costs you less than $100. Plus, the whole family can kind of enjoy it. It's a Christmas, it's for Christmas. That's my thing about it. The Capcom Home Arcade, is there a price on here? I don't know if there's a price on here, but this thing... Pre-order item. Add to shopping basket. I don't think there's like, the price is, it's already decided, isn't it? It's £200. There you go. It's £200. So this thing is double, more than double maybe, the cost of this, the Super Famicom Mini. And I'm not ranting, by the way. I actually think it's quite a cool idea. If you're a company and you want to cash in on the nostalgia that people have for your retro stuff, which, let's face it, we still like Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. We still like Darkstalkers. I never played Alien vs Predator, but basically, people do want this stuff. It's just... we don't need any more plastic in the ocean. is all I'm trying to say, is we don't need any more plastic in the ocean, and this has done it in spades in terms of plastic. So number one, we want something that looks cute, like a cute version of something that we used to play in the past, and this doesn't look like anything I have ever seen before. Alright? 2, it's £200, which, fine, it's a good way to get more people to buy your retro console by making it a hardware device that just justifies charging loads of extra money on it for it. But wait a minute, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. Here's what I want to know. Well, here are the games, by the way. One of the features that they're tooting and fluting on here. Check this out. Sanwa JLF TP 8YT sticks and OBSF buttons. No one knows what that is, except for fighting game people. Don't tell me that the people who played Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, don't tell me that people who played Ghouls and Ghosts, don't tell me that people who played 1944 give a darn. Don't tell me that they care at all that there's a Sanwa JLF in here and OBSF buttons. That marketing is aimed at fighting game players, right? And fighting game players don't want this, as far as I know. Fighting game players, anyone who is a self-respecting fighting game player already owns this game. If anything, the only game that they're unable to really play easily now is Darkstalkers, because they would need an emulator or a retro console with HDMI. Why are they Sanwa? It's only they've only put Sanwa in because Sanwa is like the standard for like fighting game tournament part. But let's face it, were these consoles actually, when they came out in the arcades, did they actually have Sanwa parts? I thought they had HAP buttons. Can someone look that up? What buttons did this have? There are a fair few beloved games on the list. Right, so I don't blame anyone for wanting to play these games, but with these 16 games, aren't you gonna start to want more? Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. It's like, yo, let's get back into Hyper Fighting. You're gonna want to end up playing the other ones as well. You're gonna want to play a bit of Super Turbo. You're gonna want to play Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Third Strike. It does not say, as far as I know, whether you can like download stuff onto this. It says loaded with 16 classic Capcom arcade titles. True arcade experience. But this wouldn't be enough for me. I know that sounds greedy, but for £200, and let's remember, £200 is something like $300. Hey Amir, thanks for joining the stream. Glad you could make it. Yeah, it could have been all fighting games. If you want to aim this at fighting game players, you want to put Sanwa stick and OBSF Sanwa buttons in, then why isn't this list right here? Why isn't it Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, 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 Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, new generation, double impact, second impact, and third strike. It makes it doesn't. I actually don't have a problem with. I actually really like the idea of a Capcom retro console. Let me just get that out there. Is today's coffee old Guatemala? Thanks for subscribing. Is that what Guatemala Antigua means? Does it mean antiquated Guatemala? I want to know why they did this. Oh, by the way, Gigawing! I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Gigawing. I actually think that's very exciting. Don't really care about Ghouls and Ghosts. Final Fight 1, like, aren't there more Final Fights as well? Mega Man? What is Mega Man the Power Battle? I don't even know what that is. Is that a fighting game? Is that the one where it's Rockman and Bass? What's Pro Gear? I don't even know what Pro Gear is. Is that the first game before Guilty Gear? Is Power Battle good? I'm interested. I've tried Mega Man, and it's like called Mega Man and Bass. It's a fighting game, but it's got all the characters from Mega Man like 7 and 8 in it. It was really interesting. Considering any of us could make this exact same product for less than $100, I would say this isn't worth it. Listen, you could make this more cheaply yourself, but it's the licensing that's the issue. To do it officially in a way that isn't illegal, so stealing ROMs for games that you don't own, and actually you might own these games, I think it would be quite difficult. But these games, at least they've gone and, you know, because they own them, because they're Capcom, they don't need to have like, licensing issues. The thing is, just when it comes down to it, £200 is a lot of money for some Sanwa sticks, Sanwa buttons, and some games of which most people will only really remember 2 out of the 16 titles on here. I consider myself quite a gamer, and even looking at this list, I'm like, oh, I know maybe 3 of the games on this list? 4? I maybe know 4 of the games on this, and I probably played 2 of them, realistically speaking. But it's cheaper than an iPad, and so it will probably still sell at Christmas. And it will also be on sale, probably. By the time October has rolled around to Christmas, they'll have this on sale for $135, $140. No, £140. It'll be like $199. Probably, after there's sales. And people will buy it because it's cheaper than an iPad. Because let's face it, parents have it rough. When parents need to buy presents for their kids, they all want iPhones and iPads, and those things cost like $600, $700. Alright, so I don't know I don't really know what else there is to say about this. Except that, why? Why is it shaped like the Capcom logo? Someone explain to me. What could possibly be the reasoning behind this? Who's nostalgic for the Cap? Oh! Oh, I've just had it. Hey, thanks for subscribing. I've just got it. I'm actually going to show you how to fix the Capcom Home Arcade. I actually know how to do it. You guys ready for this? I'm going to show you how to fix it. I know how it needs to be done. Let me just get all the materials that I need. That'll do. Yep, that'll do. I don't know how many of you can guess what I'm already going to do. Let's see if you can guess. Let's see how many of you smart pantses out there can guess what it is I'm about to do. Can you hear it? I'm gonna fix the Capcom Home Arcade right now. Except I can't find the thing that I need. I'll just take it from here. Aha. Got it. Lego? Is it Lego? It's not Lego. It's even better. It's even better than the logo. I'm building... Right now, I am rebuilding the Capcom Home Arcade for you. So that it can be what you actually wanted. Let me just get my Swiss friend. Get my Swiss friend here. I am a genius. I am a genius. Fear not. This will be worth the wait. Probably. If it's not, I'm sorry, and I apologize. Profusely. The only way I know how. Let me just get one. I'm gonna get a couple holes in here. This is a little more involved than I thought it was gonna be. Then you can go and tell all your friends. Nihongo Gamer has fixed Capcom Home Arcade. Don't worry. We know how to fix it. We have the solution. You ready for it? You ready for the big reveal? I'm gonna hold it down here. I'm gonna hold it down here so that you can see it. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. It's too big. I fixed Capcom Home Arcade. I have fixed Capcom Home Arcade. This is it. This is the future of retro gaming. It has an official Sanwa. It has an official Sanwa JLF HPGZ012 Z5 arcade stick. Get that. Listen to that clicky Sanwa goodness. And this is called the OBSF. You can double tap it. It is the official Capcom Home Arcade. You can play, well, main feature, you know, it is digital, all digital. I call it the Capcom Home Arcade S, all digital. That's what this is. Right? I'm an Abigail player. I'm not even joking, guys. I think this is the future. I think this is the future of retro console. This is exactly what it should have been. Can you imagine? I might even install the other buttons. Let's go ahead and install the other buttons, shall we? Now remember, kids, before you embark on any excellent adventures with a knife, I recommend that you get permission from a parent or guardian. You know, this is a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. This is going to be worth it. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. I think I might be breaking some of these buttons. Never cut towards... This knife is so old that it doesn't even cut anymore. That's embarrassing. This is not happening. Okay, I might give up after 2 buttons. Let's just put another one of these in here. What character am I now? I've got 2 buttons. This is my new stick, guys. Please, someone show up to a tournament with this stick. Oh, talking of which, is the Capcom Home Arcade, is that 6 buttons or 8? It's only 6, isn't it? So what about our V triggers? What are we gonna do for our V triggers? I am a genius. I'm running out of buttons here. Ta-da! There we have it. I can do my target combo now. It's coming out. It's coming out. Some of these are silent, that's why they're a bit quieter than the others. Let me just put you on the other screen. So we can now return to the land of actually playing games. Now that I have fixed. This is it, everyone. I'll submit this to Capcom, and when it releases for Christmas, this will be it. It is called the Capcom Home Arcade 2. It is easily the greatest retro console ever, because you can do this. Pew! Pew! Pew, 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 pew! Pew, pew! Well, we like to have fun on these streams, don't we? It's the official Nihongo Gamer stick. It's featuring Sanwa parts. Featuring Sanwa parts. Okay, last thing before we actually play some games. One more thing. Just one more thing. If I can find it. Where's my screen? There it is. Check this out. Now, I believe this is actually a little while ago. Was this yesterday or was this like a week ago? The new Xbox One S. The new Xbox One S has a new feature. And the feature is, it doesn't play physical games. It is actually listed as a feature. Is this an April Fool's joke, by the way? Not big enough, not big and bulky enough. Capcom won't like it. It's got to be more clunky, huh? The Xbox One SAD, also known as the Xbox One SAD. I actually don't have the meme. I don't have the meme on here. Can I find the meme? Let me see if I can find the meme. Let's do a little search. Xbox S SAD. There's a better meme in here somewhere. No one's got a good meme for this. I can't believe it. Where are the memes? Come on, Twitter, don't let me down now. You're usually so funny. This is terrible. I can't find any memes. No one has written SAD or anywhere. Is Xbox One dead? I don't know if I don't think it's... Xbox isn't dead. It's still useful for the people who need it. The people who want it. No one has made a meme for this. I'm utterly shocked. I'm utterly shocked. But this is what we have. This is the only image I can find. The sad edition. Well, that's just sad. Maybe it's like an anti-troll mechanism. So when people say that's just sad, you go, yeah, that's the name of the console. How did they not see this? How did they not see that this was gonna be a thing? The sad. Wrestling's on, see you later. No one has an Xbox in Japan. Yeah, I don't really care too much about Xbox. I just think it's funny. I just think it's hilarious that it's called the Xbox One Sad. And this is real. Oh my goodness. I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. Yeah, I suppose one thing that could be good about this... Hey, thanks for subscribing. One thing that could be good about the Capcom Home Arcade would be if it actually did double as an excellent arcade stick for tournaments. But as it stands, this is just a bothersome thing that you have to sit really close to someone in the living room or on a table. You won't be able to bring this to tournaments, and even when it comes out, I doubt there will be a USB port to allow you to plug it into consoles. People will hack it. People will hack it so you can bring it to a tournament. But that's clearly not the point. Listen, I wish Capcom all of the best of successes with this. Clearly, you know, it's not coming out till October, so they're probably going to listen to some of the feedback, and they'll probably change various things. Personally, my opinion is no one is nostalgic for the Capcom logo. Everyone is nostalgic for the Mega Buster, or the X Buster, or whatever you want to call it. The only people who care about Sanwa parts are people who play fighting games today. The people who will buy this for the nostalgia will want the American buttons with the concave shape in them. With 16 games, I think they're going to lose... It's going to lose momentum more quickly. I think if this were a slightly less odd collection of games, and it had not just Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, but also Pocket Fighter. If it wasn't just Mega Man the Power Battle, and it was also, I don't know, Mega Man 1 to 5, just the game. If it weren't Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, if it were Hyper Fighting and Super Turbo, if it were not just Giga Wing, if it were like Giga Wing and Giga Wing 2, I feel like every game on here should have had the sequels as well. Wait, there was a Giga Wing 2, right? Or am I just making that up? If it weren't just Final Fight, it were Final Fight and all the Final Fights that came out after that. If there was at least one Alpha game, Street Fighter Alpha, I don't know, they could have even put EX or something in here. There are quite a lot of things that could have been done to make this, and still can be done. I actually really want them to succeed. I think controllers, a novelty thing like this, which is actually a controller, I think is actually really cool. It's not just a mini box that looks like a Capcom arcade cabinet. It's actually usable. It's actually got a reason to be hardware. So I'm actually all for the idea. I just don't think it has been executed as well as as could have been. And on that note, it's time to play some games, is it? Yeah, I don't even know what Capcom Sports Club is. Yeah, if it actually doubled as a controller, then, you know, we'd be talking. But still, £200 would be a bit too much. Plus, it's not a controller that you could ever really bring anywhere. But quite useful for people who are left-handed. Anyway, so today I'm going to be playing on the stick. This will probably be the first time I've used this on a YouTube stream. This is the laser engraved stick design. I'm tempted as well. I haven't actually done it yet, but oh no, I have done it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first few games with this stick. Plug it in, baby. Do. Plug it in. I'll play the first few games with this stick, and then I'm actually going to switch over to the I've made a silent buttons only stick. So I'm going to try that in a moment. Let's just go straight online with no practice. Because that's how we roll around these parts. We ain't got no time for that. Saturn Mini, now we're talking. Saturn Mini would be interesting. The Grid. So anyone who's not familiar with this game, it's called Street Fighter V. Anyone who's not familiar with this stick, the character I'm using is called Ibuki. This is a move that she can do. It's called the throw a dagger, dash, and then jump up in their face. Let's go. Now I'm gonna jump straight in without any practice, because that's how I like to do it. But I'm not playing ranked matches because I'm too scared of losing my rank now. No more ranked matches ever again. It's just too scary. I'm gonna be silver for the rest of my life. I'd love to get my revenge, but I gotta get some work done today. Hey, we got time. We got the rest of our lives to have our revenge against each other. I watched a really great interview by... What is his name? It's not James Taylor. What's the guy? John Mayer. I watched a really interesting interview about John Mayer, and he was talking about how he deals with the fact that his albums, he gets like a Grammy Award one day, and then he releases an album, it's like number 70 in the chart, and then the next album that is like, it's like number 12 in the charts, and then the next one after that's like number 30. And he stopped thinking about his results in terms of how close he got to number 1, and instead thought about like the entire arc. And when he looks back at his career and looks back at the careers of others, yo, does DOA 6 have private Paradise videos? It probably, I don't think DOA 6 has anything like that. Oh god, I've got to play this game. Anyway, remind me that I was talking about John Mayer. Are we ready for this? I'm not ready for this. What? Wow, that jumping Tatsu is annoying. Whoops! Ignore that I screwed that up. So anyway, what I was talking about John Mayer is that he realized that instead of thinking about all the short-term goals, over his career span, he's likely to have achieved this amazing feat of all these albums. And he did that by charting the progress of other artists. Wow, okay. Alright, let's pay attention. Let's play this. So anyway, in terms of ranking, and I think this happens a lot with the feeling of ranking up and ranking down and losing a match and losing the battle. Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna let that rock. I'm gonna let that rock itself. Oh no! Ricky 7G! You absolute legend. Thank you so much for $20 in the super chat. Everyone pat Ricky on the back for being an epic has-been. I can't believe this person didn't rematch me. I'm clearly beatable. Oh, but I suppose it's casual, so there's no need to win the set. In any case, thank you so much. Dang, that's a very generous donation. I really, really appreciate it. It will help towards the continuing stress of doing social channel running, social media running, social world. I really appreciate it. But anyway, what I was trying to say about what John Mayer was saying, it gave me a lot of good perspective. Because we're often setting little goals, but we forget why we set the little goals. Like, the little goals that we set are to help us get to the end of the journey, right? But we lose sight of the fact that it's a short-term goal because in our mind, it's our whole world. And then when that kind of doesn't work out for us in the short term, we lose sight of the fact that it's not actually the goal to get to first place today. The goal was to get to more experience place, and to the next day get to more experience place, because eventually getting to silver isn't the goal, and getting to gold isn't the goal. Getting to the Grandmaster is the goal, right? So silver, bronze, gold, it doesn't even really matter. It'll just happen like this. It's just a collection of just random short experiences. Anyway, I thought it was really interesting. I was like, wow, this guy's a genius. Woohoo! Let's go! This Kage is a fraud. What was the joke that Bill Bailey says? He's like, Jean-Michel Jean was a fraud. He's a really good song about it. But a lot of people go into casual to not play their main, you know? Oh no, there's a second part to that! Not today! Not today. Yeah, you don't lose points in casual, so a lot of times people will play. I mean, I'm guessing at silver rank, this isn't this person's main character. And there's the other part of the philosophy is that there is no end to the journey. It never really ends.
Round one.
All right, now it's time to play defensive. Ah. By the way, what you just saw, that was how I got to silver. I did this over and over and over again. I literally did nothing else. This is literally how I got to silver. If it stopped working, I just paused for a little while and then I started doing it again. Let's wake up DP, shall we? Watch this. Don't stop believing. You know, I actually never heard that song until I came to Japan. Japan was the first time I heard that song. What? Am I actually so close to? I'm too close to the camera that my stick doesn't even fit. My stick doesn't even fit. This is. How do I fix this situation? Don't stop believing. Oh, I know what's happening. It's the crop is the issue. This does not need to be as cropped as it is. There we go. That's better. Guys, I'm having a brilliant stream. Thank you very much for being excellent has-beens today. I really appreciate you showing up for this show. If there's anything else I can do to make your stay more hospitable, let me know. How about we beat more Kages online, shall we? Maybe I should play Kage. Should I play Kage? And then I'll experience the pain. Dang, I'm still freaking out from that $20 donation. That was epic. Thank you so much. Do you feel the laser edge when playing? Absolutely not. You don't feel it unless you would have to very gently rub your finger over it in order to. Oh, why is this still showing? You would have to gently rub your finger over it in order to be able to feel it. In fact, can I set this to be backwards so you can see it backwards? Transform. There we go. So yeah, anyone who hasn't seen the YouTube video, there's a video for this. Do check it out. I am M. Bison. I'm gonna do the same thing as the previous match. I'm gonna jump in, kick, punch, DP. Oh no, he's a little high. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work on this guy. I don't think it's gonna work on this guy. It only works on Huggy. Okay, it's not gonna work on this guy. We have to play a real match now. Boring. I don't want to play real matches. I want to play trolley matches. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh well, that was that was gonna happen.
You lose.
Ibuki's poor V trigger. I think Makoto would be cool in Street Fighter V. I understand that she was a little annoying in Street Fighter 4. What's up from Canada? Nice to see you here. Man, I love this game.
Round one.
Is it time? Should we finish a match with the laser combo? Are you guys ready for it? The goal in this game now is to just get as many laser combos as possible. It's not gonna happen in the corner though. Uh-oh. I think I actually did press the button. That was daft. That was daft and silly.
Round two. Fight.
I cannot anti-air this guy for life to save my life. Let's go. We got one round. Coming back. This is my opportunity to redeem myself. He's gonna jump again. He thinks I can't anti-air, which is true. Most of the time I can't. But now I can. Oh no, I messed up. Oh no, the slide! Wasn't ready for the slide. Oh no, the throw! This is awful. Jump, jump, jump. Ah, he knew it. I panicked. I think I actually had that one, but I thought, let's just wake up EXDP. Why not? I don't know. I think some of the most kimochi, the victories that win the most in this game tend to be the ones that are just the most disrespectful. I dare you to disagree. You want to be as disrespectful as possible and still win. I feel like that's the real challenge in this game. To win with honor is to not really win at all. Because if you win with honor, that's when people are like, why are you trying so hard? Why are you trying so hard? You know what I mean, right? What's up, Jian? I usually do what? Do you stream on Twitch at all? Oh, sorry. For some reason, some questions I just can't see. I do stream on Twitch. Today I'm not streaming on Twitch, obviously, but there's a schedule, and I post it on the community tab in YouTube. There is I usually post on a Sunday morning for you guys. I'll post an image showing all the days that I stream, and generally speaking, I'm streaming like Monday, Tuesday on Twitch, or Monday, Wednesday on Twitch, and Friday on YouTube. But it changes literally every week, just depending on what my schedule is. So for example, this week, I scheduled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or rather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for Twitch, YouTube. And then this week, honestly, just had stuff going on. I was feeling a little bit unwell, to be honest, on Monday night, whatever it was. So the second stream didn't have it. I had to cancel that one. So we did Twitch, no stream, and then today, which is YouTube. Feel like I haven't seen a coffee video in a while. Oh, I did a VR one. That was literally last week. But I've actually got a coffee video coming up soon. It's not finished yet, but I'll upload it as soon as I can. Plenty of coffee still coming up. Let's go, Nash. Jump at me. Oh! And you drop the combo. Drop the combo. Whoa, this person's defensive. Anyone more skilled than me would have been able to follow up after that, but not me. Not me. I was like, I need to do the rider after the EX kunai, but when I end up on the wrong side, I just don't. My brain can't do it. All right, let's finish this. I'm just gonna keep jumping and I'm gonna keep getting hit by that. Should we jump into the air throw again? That was fun the first time, and the second time, and the third time. These glasses are the same as before, I think. He thinks I'm gonna See, actually, I should have been able to ride after that, but I don't know how. I just can't do it. Someone teach me the ways. Every time. I guess I could do my own air throw, but I don't want to. Oh no, I have to rematch. Let's play properly.
You lose.
Will we see more drawing videos or reviews? Absolutely. Absolutely. I plan on drawing quite a lot more this year. I realize I've got through a full third of the year without doing that much drawing. But that is one of the things that I really want to get more content done for this year, is more drawing stuff.
Fight.
Oops. I'm always too late with the punish there. What was that? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I am... It is not happening right now, is it? I don't like playing seriously. It's not as fun as being silly.
Final round. Fight.
It said let's talk about consoles, but I'm barely talking. Well, if you had shown up on time... Well, at the beginning of the stream we spent a whole hour talking about consoles. Oh, I just tried to do the command jump.
You lose.
What fighting stick would you recommend for a beginner? I mean, this question comes in all the time, and it's going to be the same answer every single time. So I'll just give the short version. I feel like there's two kinds of people who want to buy a stick. People who already know that they want to stay and keep playing stick, and people who don't know if they want to play stick, they just want to try it. If you just want to try stick, then sure, get yourself like an $80 drone or something. What I wouldn't do now is I wouldn't buy the cheapest possible stick. The reason I say that is because, a bit like guitar, when you buy a Squier Strat, it can sometimes turn you off guitar entirely. Now, there are a lot of really nice Squier Strats now, so that doesn't really hold anymore. But if you were, for example, to buy a guitar for your kids, and you buy them the cheapest possible one, because they don't know if they want to play guitar yet, the risk is that you buy them one that hurts their hands to play. Like the string tension, like the string height is too high, the action, and the frets aren't polished and rubbed, you know, what's the word? Sanded down properly. I don't remember what the word is. And so you can actually turn yourself away from something by buying the cheapest version. And so if you want, here's how I would put it. If you want to like Stick, maybe you don't yet, but if you want to like Stick, I would recommend putting a bit more money in at the start. I think that's probably the best way I could describe it. Alright, Chun, let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm getting beaten. Oh, my V-trigger's on the other side, dude. Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
That's a really weird move. It shows up behind you. Ouch! Okay, nice. But not nice enough. Wow, okay. This is good.
You lose.
Does this music sound familiar in this game? Well, it's the same Chun-Li song that you've heard since Street Fighter 2, I believe. I can't tell you whether you should get an Evo drone, but I would say that if I were to buy a drone, I would buy that one, yeah. Woo! Good call, good call. Ouch, okay. Alright. I was jumping back and forwards a little bit too much, I think. What's up from Chicago?
Round 2. Fight.
I've actually never played Killer Instinct. Like, not even once, I don't think. I don't think I've ever experienced owning it. Ricky! Oh my goodness.
Will you stream MK11 when it's out?
Ricky! Oh my lord. Ricky getting back with the donations. $20 and now $10 for a total of $30. Oh my goodness. Regarding MK11, I'll just say, I wouldn't expect too much, because I don't aesthetically think I'm that interested in the game. It looks like it might be fun, but that I don't play every fun game out there. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I'm apologizing to. Ah! I feel like I was given mercy at the end. They're like, okay, try me. See if you can make the comeback. And I did my best, and then I jumped in knowing that they could wake up. They could wake up with that. That was rough. Ah, well. That was a fun match. Does anyone want to do some lobby matches? Are you guys interested in playing some Street Fighter V with me? I've got maybe half an hour before I need to go. If you guys are interested in doing some lobby matches, Was he doing the timer? No, I wasn't doing the timer because I was nowhere near ready to win anyway. Oh, was I gonna lose either way? I imagine that could have been the case as well. He didn't have to approach, so that makes it tough. Oh, I suppose. Maybe if he was just playing the timer. Yeah, if anyone wants to play matches, we can do a battle lounge. But if not, I will just continue playing some casual. I'll do another casual in the meantime, while waiting. Where's my water? Oh, I forgot. I was gonna change controller. This is rather poor timing to do so. Okay. I'm switching to silent buttons. Midstream. Let's see how this goes. You want to do a quick one in a few minutes? I can set up a battle lounge and we'll see how it goes. Let me just do this casual match first. I haven't even done a button check yet. I don't know if these work. But yeah, so you may have seen these in a previous video, or recent video. This is the Sanwa Silent Buttons Generation 2. Uh-oh. One of them's not... Oh, okay. This is a problem. These buttons are not... I just realized, look, my buttons are not... They're not hooked up yet. What a respectful, gentle person. It's a shame. I thought I had them hooked up, but I put them in, and I didn't actually hook them up yet. Well, I'm very lucky that they were so polite.
Round 2.
Yeah, they say that the Generation 2s are blue, but they absolutely look purple to me. Wow, okay. I can't do my EX wake up. I couldn't do my EX wake up. That was a little disappointing.
Final round. Fight.
Whoops! I love how my reputation to jump in precedes me. People are already preparing for me to jump in. Oops, that was not it, that was not it, that was not... I didn't think that was gonna happen. Did not think that was gonna happen. You know, sometimes you reach out for the rider and you're like, wait, why did I do that?
Win.
A website edited your review. I don't think that's a problem. I don't see why they would do that. I don't think that's necessary. Because it's not really the fault of the website. The actual official promotional material for those buttons also looks incorrect. I'm not doing this anymore. Well, this guy's got a weakness. He doesn't like low medium punch. I'm gonna have to take advantage of that. I actually really want to try the Power Rangers game. I guess I could have tried it today, I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't really prepared for the Power Rangers game today, but honestly, that would be a cool game to try. Good call. Oops. Time for the showdown. You showed up on stream for once. What's up, Frisky? Reminds me of a TV show in Britain a while ago. It was called Tricky Business. Frisky Business. The show was called Tricky Business, and it went Tricky Business, Tricky Business. It was about magicians. They did tricks, and it was a business. It's actually a brilliant show. I don't know if it was brilliant, but when I was a kid, it was good. Rose-scented spectacles and all that. Wow, okay. Okay. Optimization, that's good. Let's see if I can...
Round 2. Fight.
Sorry, NHK stuff.
Final round. Fight. You lose.
Sorry, my mic was broken. I apologize. Yamada Taro, thank you very much for Banana Dai. Arigatou gozaimasu. That is the first time we've had someone specifically donate the exact amount of money required for buying bananas. That's brilliant. Arigatou gozaimasu. No, Yamada-san didn't break it. It's By the way, I'm entering Battle Lounge mode if anyone wants to have a match. If you don't, if we don't get any matches, I'll jump back into casuals. But if you're interested, the room is open. I'll open up the password thing. Thank you guys so much for the generous donations. About Mortal Kombat, I mean, I get that people are interested in it. I just don't think I'm gonna play it. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. But I think it looks like it would be fun for anyone else who likes it, though. This is incorrect. The room is Nihongo Gamer WW. I suppose I could also put the other details in here. FT. Oh, here we go. Round 3 time 99 FT2. Receiving donations, specific donations for the exact amount of money required to buy bananas. That's brilliant. Banana Dai. So yeah, if anyone wants to play, I'll do a lounge if people show up. But if you guys don't want to do matches, I'll just go back to casuals. I actually need to leave in 15 minutes, so I'll be gone, unfortunately. I can't do any matches. Yeah, if you're going to arrive in 15 minutes, I think I'll probably just miss you, unfortunately. Yo, we got a match! Let's go. What's up, big man Tyrone? Let's play. If you press the options button, good, yeah. Samurai Spirits, I think I'm more interested in. It feels, of course it is in its own way, it's kind of grotesque. But in its own way it is grotesque. But I don't feel like it's as gratuitous. It doesn't strike me as gratuitous as Mortal Kombat. So again, I really can't stress this enough. I don't have anything against people who want to play Mortal Kombat. If you enjoy that, that's fine. It's just it literally is just a personal preference thing. I just not that interested in it, like visually. Ryu. Let's go, Ryu. Oh no, that's alright, Heath. Don't worry. We'll play some other time. I mean, we played this week already, so we've had our match, and there will be many more in the future. By the way, anyone who's not a member of the Nihongo Gamer Dojo, feel free to look it up. Nihongo Gamer WW. Well, actually, I think the dojo's just called Nihongo Gamer. Yeah, it is. Wow, wow, wow. Oh no, my EX! I don't know if that was lag or what, but did you see the EX? I was like, EX! Oh, nothing happened. Should leave my hand on the stick, just in case I need to press buttons. Not an excuse, just context. Not an excuse, just context. Have you tried using the right-handed stick?
Final round.
I actually don't know what a right-handed stick. Do you just mean with the stick on the right side and the buttons on the left side? I haven't tried anything like that before. I have not tried this. What is this right-handed stick? Is there a certain maker who's making one?
You win.
Leave in 15? More like wind down in 15. That's true. Most of the time I'll like say that I'm stopping in 15 minutes and then I'll end up winding down for another 15 minutes after that. That is true. Good game, let's go! Best of 3.
Round 1.
Yeah, I mean, Samurai Showdown, I won't lie. It is violent, and so I'm not gonna say that the only reason I'm not playing Mortal Kombat is because it's violent. I mean, look, we're playing a game with punching and kicking. Uh-oh. What? I feel like some of these inputs are... Fair enough. Uh-oh, super. Fine. There were some times when it's like, I wasn't even able to jump. That's just how it is. Welcome to the internet. Gotta deal with it. I just thought if I do an EXDP now and then, one of them is bound to connect. Yes! So this Victrix has been laser etched. There's a video for it. This has been Laser Etched. Good games, by the way. GG's. There was a video, so if you're interested, the drawing process, I recorded literally every minute that I was drawing on my computer. You can see a video. There's like a couple minutes in the middle of it where I explain kind of the design decisions that went into this. Thank you very much for the matches, Big Man Tyrone. Really appreciate it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to, wait to see if there's anyone else. I could probably manage maybe 1 or 2 more matches if anyone is interested. So if you're interested, feel free to join in and have a match. If not, I will either do casuals or call it a day, because I feel like today's been a real big stream. I feel like there's been a lot of stuff in here today. We talked about consoles, we talked about PlayStation 5, we talked about Capcom. Actually, I can show you right now. Let me just bring up the password group. Oh no! There it is. We talked about this today. So yeah, if you're interested in having a match, feel free. But I feel like this was probably the most interesting news of the day, was this Capcom console. And I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's a really cool idea to give people some extra added value. These retro consoles don't really have much reason to exist in my personal collection of things. But because it's a controller, I feel like there's actual reason to get one now. It's like, I'm not buying it because I want to play Street Fighter 2. I would buy it because I want to have that hardware experience and not plug in 2 separate, TE2 pluses and plug in 2 Victrix Pros. For for £200, it looks kind of like you're paying 75 for one controller, 75 for the other controller, and maybe 75. Wait, does that add up? That's 150, 150, and then you're paying 50 for a console that can play 16 games. So I can understand how they put their calculation together for this, but I just think that knowing the market, they're not going to want this. Some people will want it, and some people will buy it. It'll make some great YouTube videos for people who unbox stuff. I think it'll be fun. But outside of that, it's just a Christmas present that's more expensive than usual. It's not a problem though. I would say it's not as big a disappointment as I think some people are making it out to be. It's just not what the hardcore fans need. Hardcore fighting games fans especially don't really need this. What's up, Bowser? Let's go. We've got a match. What's up, Choryu? How's it going? Just woke up. Ohayo gozaimasu. Disaster. How do you join? You can join using the information which is on this here. It's unable to move. There it is. It says it's a password. You just search for the room that says Nihongo Gamer WW, and this is the password information and the round information. I'm gonna put it on this screen. Bowser from Sonic, let's go. People have been comparing it to Pandora's Box. The thing is, isn't Pandora's Box an emulator? So one of the biggest differences is that this thing here is an actual Capcom product with Capcom-owned IP. As far as I'm aware, the Pandora's Box it's only really legal if you actually technically own those games, right? Woo! Whoops! Woohoo! Let's go! I still love Street Fighter. Sure, we're not getting a lot of updates, but... Does a game need to be updated for you to play it? Good block. You got super, you got super. Oh! That could have been it. Oh! You targeted. You've got super. I know the pressure though. Personally, when I get super, I'm like, I become personally kind of paralyzed. I'm like, oh, what do I do now that I've got super? I need a combo that lets me end in super. And then I'll jump in and I'll get destroyed. So I understand the pain of having the meter but not being able to release it. Release the beast.
Round 1.
Capcom is using an emulator called Final Burn Alpha. Well, it doesn't really matter whether Capcom uses an emulator. What matters is the IP management, the rights. If they... Pandora, as far as I'm aware, products like that don't have the rights to put those games on there. They're only illegal if you don't technically own the ROM. And I doubt most people own all of those ROMs. It would be nice if they did, though. I'm pretty sure most people don't own those ROMs. I can't join, I have 75 free gigs, but SF5 won't let me update. I wonder why that is. So, and my PlayStation is pretty weird as well, actually. My PlayStation, sometimes even if I've got like 100 gigs free, it'll say like you need more space and it'll make me delete something. It is kind of weird, I don't really understand why. It can't decide. Woo! Ooh, I missed. Oh no. GG's. Thanks for the game.
You win.
Technically, I need to go. So if anyone really wants a match, raise your hand now and let me know. But otherwise, I will dismantle the room. They actually make you download the ROMs. Oh, you have to download them yourself. Right. Well, that's how they probably get out of there. Yeah, I'm going to. If anyone new wants to jump in and have a game, let me know. But otherwise, oop. I'm gonna have to. I guess I have to click on here and get you out. There we go. Thank you very much for the games, though. Yeah, we're not doing any runbacks today. Just if anyone wants to have a new match, if anyone different wants to jump in and have a match, we'll do that. But otherwise, I like to try and be as diligent as I can with time. Oh, Chordy, well next time. Let's have a match one day. Alright, Alexidus. Alexidus. Let's go. This will be the last match of the day. I'm going to take down the password group information. Take it down here as well. Guys, thanks. I've had a brilliant time. This has been a fun stream talking about this. I just don't know why they went for the Capcom logo. Who's nostalgic for the Capcom logo? Does anyone even remember what it sounds like? Cap. There were times when sometimes the announcer would say Capcom, and that was probably Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So fair enough for that. But apart from that, it's not like the Capcom logo is as famous as the Sega logo, you know? Like the Sega logo goes, Sega, and everyone's nostalgic for that. Even the Nintendo logo is not that exciting. I wouldn't make a Nintendo logo controller. So I don't really know what they were going for there. I'm kind of interested to know.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, Choryu, actually, I'd like to get back into, what's it called? Sorry, I'm like switched off. My brain is checked out. There were a couple of moves there, I was like... My brain was like, wait a minute. Where am I?
Round 2.
I say this every single stream. But I can't be the only one who does this. Good DP. Good game. It's time for round 2.
You win.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, there's really no need to apologize. When anyone loses a match, I don't think there's any need to apologize, because the only reason you would want to apologize after a match would be if you didn't learn anything.
Round 1.
So if I were to lose and go, I'm sorry, I learned nothing from that, that's fine. But there's no need to apologize for losing or sucking at a game. Whoops! I love dashing in after that. Sorry, I haven't done it for a while, so I was like, gotta do it again. Haven't done the dash in, because I used to do that a lot. I used to do the EX Rider, send them really far away, and then I would dash up and be minus. And I would do it all the time.
Fight.
Habits die hard. Ooh, that could have been a DP and I would have been in trouble. Ooh! Missed. I can't see half of what's happening on screen. What am I doing? Good games. Ladies and gentlemen,
You win.
From Crossing Fate. That's a cool name. Good games indeed. Thank you very much. I've had a brilliant stream. I really appreciate all of you beans hanging out. It means a lot to me because it's not even just, you know, when people watch a 10-minute video for you, of course, you're really grateful, but when, some people do stick around. GG's, by the way. People do stick around for like an hour or an hour and a half. I know that obviously not everyone does, but a large number of people, like, you see that same name there from the beginning of the stream to like the middle of the stream, or from the beginning to the end of the stream, and you're like, whoa, you just spent hours with us today, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much. Let me just get myself out of casual mode, and let's... You were right. In 15 minutes, I'm not leaving the stream, am I? I'm winding down the stream. Anyway, anyone who hasn't seen this... oh yeah, sorry, not this. anyone who hasn't seen this, feel free to check out the video. There's a video where I showed how I designed and drew this. And then Victrix, the company that makes this stick, they actually used a laser machine to engrave it in here. One of the interesting questions earlier was, do you feel the texture while playing? The answer is no. Well, first of all, my hands, I've designed it so that my hands are in between the laser parts. But even when I touch the laser parts, basically, if you put pressure, you can't feel anything. But if you were to very lightly stroke it, you actually can feel that the lasered texture has become a little different to the other material around it. The buttons in here are gamer finger. I have got the Sun Was Silent Generation 2, and I tried to use the Sun Was Silent Generation 2 buttons today, but unfortunately, they weren't plugged in. I got as far as putting the buttons into this controller, but I forgot to actually plug them in. So I will definitely be testing out these buttons because they feel so much more like Sunwa buttons. Feeling wise, they're just quieter. They are quite loud. I would say that on the Victrix stick, they still make the insides of my ears resonate in a way that I don't like. They are quite loud still, but they're significantly less annoying than the original Sunwa buttons. I think just sound-wise, it's difficult to move away from Gamer Finger now that I've got them and got used to the lovely sound. Oops. The lovely sound of these. I can press triangle if I want. From Crossing Fate. I'll let that. Oh, actually, will it show up on? It should show up on the screen. I'll wait for it to show up on screen. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me for this stream. There it is. From Crossing Fate. Thank you so much for the $2.99 donation. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thanks for the quick match. Nice Ibuki too. Thank you very much for your exciting match. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who was able to join me for a match today. Today's been a fun chat because we talked about all of this stuff. So yeah, just wind down the stream with a quick... Anyone who missed it at the start, we talked about this. Wired had an article talking about PlayStation 5. So that's an article worth checking out. I'm not 100% convinced that all the calculations and the prices in here are correct. They seem to think that a PC running ray tracing costs $10,000. I'm not sure where that calculation came from, or maybe it's just a mistake. But they seem to think that ray tracing costs $10,000, which, as far as I'm aware, it does not cost that much. In any case, there's the PS5 information. They said it's not coming in 2017. If anything, it'll probably... they said don't expect it for 2019. So, I don't know. I guess we can hope for a late 2020 release for PS5. And honestly, I reckon if there's going to be a Street Fighter 6, it'll be on PS5. And it'll probably be... which means that we would have to wait for PS5 to release. So, hopefully Street Fighter 6 is in development. I'm looking forward to that, hopefully. This, I actually like the idea of interesting hardware. For a retro console, usually, if it were just a retro console with 16 Capcom games in it, I absolutely wouldn't care about it at all. But because it's got sticks on it, I'm vaguely interested. It does not change the fact that the game selection is kind of dull. It doesn't change the fact that this design doesn't really work for me. I don't really want the word Capcom on my desk. I would like something more sleek and more... It just doesn't look like a good use of space. If it's an emulator with a Raspberry Pi in it, it does not need to be this big. So I'm not keen on the design of this. The other news, this might be old news, but I think it was funny either way, is the Xbox SAD edition. Xbox One SAD edition. They think that not having a disk drive is a feature. Microsoft is on something else at the moment. But that I have nothing against the console. If you like Xbox, you like Xbox, and you have fun with it. That's not the problem. I just think the title of the console is hilarious. And this was unrelated, but we were talking about Nintendo Labo VR. I'm really keen on anything that reintroduces haptics and tactile feedback into VR, because with VR right now, it's a bit of a wafty, we're not touching and hitting anything experience. So I like the idea of anything that reintroduces haptics and clickiness and buttons back into gaming for VR. I think it's all very exciting. Look, we could stream for another 4 hours and just talk about where VR is going, where gaming is going, where consoles are going. I hope you guys enjoyed the little chat that started this stream with all this stuff. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything else in the chat. Is the PS5 going to be like the Switch? Very much doubt it. I don't think Sony has any interest in going back into portable consoles. Not for now. I don't think it benefits them to really think about portable consoles right now. If anything, they'll just continue with their streaming services, which allows you to play PlayStation on your phone. But I don't see any need for them to go back into the handheld arena. Switch does such a good job of being a handheld console. I really don't think they even want to compete. It's just like, well, probably people who play probably the people who work for Sony, they probably own Switches themselves, and they're like, oh, this is great, this is fine. Mad Dad, how's it going? I have not played any Dragon Ball FighterZ lately. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it shot off into the stratosphere in terms of tech and strategy, and I just don't know what's going on. Actually, part of the reason I'm not really playing BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle as well is because I feel like it's got too complex, and I don't know what to do. I feel like Cross Tag was kind of fun when we were all just smashing buttons and hoping for the best, but now that it's got into the anime game, some people are really working hard on their combos and strategies for that. I feel like it's reached a point where I don't really enjoy it as much anymore. But hopefully after the patch comes out, it'll be a good excuse to get back into it, because I really like try cheating. Yeah, cheating could help, I suppose. But yeah, interesting questions, because I love the visuals on Dragon Ball FighterZ. I love the feel of Cross Tag. It's just that both games have got too developed for me. And I can't focus, as you've seen. Anytime I try to switch games, I end up falling to pieces. But I'm really glad I was able to play more Street Fighter today. Hope to see you back on. Would love to play some. On Fighters, yeah, well, if someone can give me, like, a guide, here's what I would like. If you're good at Fighters, I would love to see a YouTube video called How to Get Back into Fighters, as in Dragon Ball FighterZ, in 2019. Because there were a lot of videos that came out when the game first came out, and it was like, punch, punch, kick, kick, launcher, punch, punch, kick, kick, knockdown, punch, punch, kick, kick, super. And I feel like, that was the very basic level that could get you into Fighters, Dragon Ball FighterZ. But I would love to see a video called How to Get Back into Dragon Ball FighterZ, given that it's actually kind of more complex now. As in, you can't really get away with just playing your main character and also having some assists. It's like you gotta assist, like every attack needs to involve an assist character coming into the fray and helping you out. You know what I mean? Kill la Kill? I think Kill la Kill could actually be a lot of fun. I don't really want to watch it at tournaments, but I think I'll definitely buy it just to enjoy the game. Part of the thing that I think makes it not boring to watch, from what I saw at Tokyo Game Show, I wasn't a fan of the rock, paper, scissors aspect of the game. Like, that's a feature. Every now and then you clash, and then you have to rock, paper, scissors to see what happens next. And I didn't think it was that hype. I didn't enjoy it that much. But I realized that was as a spectator. I think watching Kill la Kill, I think playing Kill la Kill may feel completely different to watching it. So I'm excited about picking it up and just playing it anyway. Will I stream the Power Rangers fighting game? Wow, you guys are really in it with the questions today. This is brilliant. We talked about this briefly in the middle of the stream. I just haven't got around to playing it, but I hear that there was a patch that fixes the infinite combos in Power Rangers, so I would like to play Power Rangers in the future. Pretty much guaranteed I will stream Power Rangers eventually. I don't know what the date is. Maybe next week? It depends on how much time I've got. It might not happen, but if I've got time to stream Power Rangers next week, that could be fun. When will you play Guilty Gear? That could happen anytime, actually. Guilty Gear is one of those games that doesn't rely too much on updates. It's just hype because the game is hype. People just enjoy it. So technically, I don't really need to wait for any DLC or patches or updates to play Guilty Gear. I'm just avoiding BlazBlue Crosstag because I don't want to learn the whole DP assist thing and then not be able to use it after a while. Though, look, there's just too many games. I want to play them all, but I don't have infinite time. But it would be fun. I would love to play more Crosstag. I would love to play more fighters. I'd like to eventually stream Power Rangers. Would like to get back into Guilty Gear. Definitely hyped for Samurai Showdown. Probably won't play Mortal Kombat 11. Grand Blue Fantasy does look cool, but I don't know anything about the fighting game. Will you stream the Kimono Friends fighting game? Are you joking? Hang on a second. Is that a joke? If that's... I've never seen the anime. Kimono Friends fighting game. Have I been seriously baited? Is it real? Kimono Friends, the fighting game. It's real! Is it... Oh, it's a doujin game. Someone just made it. Dude, I will absolutely play this. Well, this is from like 2017. It's a doujin fighter. I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be really cool. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links and all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next Nihongo Gamer video and or stream. And you should probably already know this, but there's a Discord. There's a link below for the Discord. Come and join us. You can also join the Nihongo Gamer Street Fighter V Dojo. It means you get the little the Nihongo Gamer badge beneath your name. But yeah, if you join us on Discord, it's free. You just make an account, and then you can come and chat. We talk about gear, talk about art, talk about fighting games, talk about Japan, talk about just whatever happened to you that day. It's good fun. See you all next time. Goodbye!